Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. And going right back to Walker.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Buying time to his left. And this one is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return.
And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Mixing up the middle.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight-line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's got room. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon.
40 yards.
And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. On play action, Lawrence. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Running left, it's Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And this will wind up a Saints 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Back to Walker on 1st down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Hey, stop.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Lawrence.
And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's third down and 13.
These two teams all tied after 1. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Hey, exit.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. He's got a man. Complete.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL,
and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Zonovan Knight punching it in from a yard away. And the Saints have taken the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. On 3rd down, Nixon. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
19 Tiger.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. They run again with Walker. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Straight ahead, Walker. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They'll try for the first with Walker. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Walker. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Kenneth Walker, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Garrett Stingley picks it, and the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't have.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Ken Walker, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going
as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission.
They'll send Brown in motion right. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, Prescott stripped. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott dancing, and he's going to go down again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. That's complete to Slayton. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains. It was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 17. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Prescott fires one out wide, complete. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kenneth Walker
with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting?
And Prescott, his third interception. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
And even 150 yards rushing for him now here in Week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Out to his left.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there, with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
And he's got a Bengals 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Prescott on first down. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Prescott. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 14. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Again, it's Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A quick throw here out to Brown. Touchdown!
De'Ami Brown,
31 yards.
and the Bengals get a bit closer. Now, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Mixing up the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mixon on the toss right. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Steps away to his left.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And now here is another interception.
Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So the penalty on the offense, no need to accept that. They'll decline it, and the interception will stand.
Prescott looks to throw on first.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The slot man in motion right. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. On 1st and 10, Prescott. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 30. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. One last shot now for Prescott. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Well, City, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.